Welcome to WinAnyway Live. I was told last night I need to come with the energy that speakers today can't just sit back and be calm. But I am calm. I am kind of a calm guy. Well, except when I'm not. I don't know. You guys watch these. Am I calm or am I not calm? It might depend on how many Diet Cokes I've had before I finally get on to do the live. That was one of the many things I heard last night at my professional presenters Toastmasters meeting was that speaking has changed and now there's a lot more competition because we're coming back to the real world and there's a lot more opportunities, but there's also a lot more speakers that are just itching to get out there. So you always have to be on your A game. You can't be on your B game. Well, I'll try not to be on my B game, but I also don't want to overwhelm you with over the top excitement. It's something to think about. Had a great meeting last night. You know, our professional presenters Toastmasters Club has an amazing array of speakers, best-selling authors, Grammy Award winners, uh, world-class coaches, and there's me. I'm there too. Yeah, had some great speeches. Just a good event last night. One of our guest speakers gave me a private message saying that the round robin evaluation that they got was some of the most helpful and comprehensive feedback they'd ever gotten at a Toastmasters meeting. It was good to know that not only are we out there speaking, but our evaluating is making a difference for people as well to turn them into better speakers. But the interesting thing beyond that happened to me personally last night was at the end of the meeting when one of our guests who just showed up kind of out of nowhere from India. Did he show up out of nowhere or did he show up from India? Well, anyway, we weren't expecting him, and he lives in India. At the end of the meeting, said, "Hey, I really enjoyed the meeting. I loved meeting you all, but I really am thrilled that I got to meet Rich Hopkins. Didn't know he was going to be at this meeting. Apparently, he had followed me or noticed at least that last year I tried to speak at every single district in Toastmasters around the world, something I did accomplish. All 124 districts I spoke or evaluated at within a 6-month span, 5-month span, and it inspired him to speak in all of the states of India. And I probably should have looked up how many states there are in India. But I hadn't met him before. We hadn't talked before. He just noticed what I was doing last year and it gave him an idea. It goes back to what I say in my Lead Anyway keynote, and that is that you never know who's watching you. You may not be choosing to lead, but other people might be watching you and take your lead. So you got to be careful what you're doing, partially, I suppose. You know, are you setting a good example for those people that you don't know are watching you? How about those people you do know are watching you? Your friends, your family, your kids, the people at work. Because they're watching you when you do well and they're watching you when you don't do so well. And sometimes we aren't always on our best behavior. Remember, people are watching you when you're doing great, amazing things, but people are also watching you when you get upset at the customer service person that you're working with. People are on the other side of the line when you're yelling at them when you call up, Xfinity or Comcast or whatever. And you may never know it, but you've set an example for them. And you've let them know who you are. Let them know what you're about. Now, I'm far from perfect. I have my bad times, my good times. I try to achieve at a high level, but I fail all the time. But it's nice to know that sometimes when I'm at my best, that it does inspire other people to do something beyond what they might have done. And you are doing the same thing. You just don't know it. When you're at your best, there are people watching, and it makes them want to be at their best. Even if it's just being nicer at the store, at the bank. even if it's just being kind to the people in your life, even if it's just being that person on Facebook who doesn't fan the flame. So you can decide who you want to be, but you can't always decide who's watching you. Because, hey, it's just like that song goes. It always feels like somebody's watching me. Yeah, sorry, I had to sing it. Who knows? Go out there, have another Win Anyway day, and keep living your Win Anyway life. We'll see you tomorrow.